Hi, I'm Monty McKinnon. Thanks for joining me today. On this episode, we're going to do something a little different. What we have here is a guitar that came in about a week and a half ago asking for some TLC. And I need to show you what is involved in dealing with this guitar because it has a matte finish, and that means it's very special. So what do you say we run that intro? And as soon as we do that, I'll come back and show you exactly what I've done and what I'm doing to clean up this guitar. Okay, we're back, and this guitar is a hollow body. You can see it's about 1.5 inches here. It's from Epiphone, and the guitar is a Tom Delong guitar from Angels and Airwaves. In fact, it is so delicate to work with. Let's talk about this. With a matte finish, you just don't go at it with any kind of polish, and you don't use water. But what I've got here is a spray, and no, these people do not sponsor me. Music Nomad. It's a guitar detailer, and it's meant for spraying on a special cloth, which I have here. This is a microfiber cloth, and it's very clean. And I give this a spritz, and then I gently rub it over until it's all clean. I can feel that area. I'm going to put some new strings on this, and I'll show you how I took those strings off and how careful I was to do that. Because again, as I mentioned, if you mark the guitar, you really do create a problem. So I'm going to spritz this. All right, I gave it 2 little squirts. And here we go. I'm going to, there's some fingerprints up in here, and you can see the person that had it had oily fingers. And you can see that that's not leaving any streaks or any marks of any kind. And it doesn't matter how hard I rub on this, I just can't get that out. That's a little frustrating. I can feel it. It's rough right in here. I'd love to put some sandpaper on that, but I know if I do, I'm going to ruin the finish and it will be done. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave that as it is. And that's the best we can do with this. I've already been over this guitar twice in cleaning it. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. This is the E string, and it's 48. Normally what I use is 53, and it just feeds in here ever so slightly. There it is. And I bring it up carefully. I don't want the string touching the top of this guitar. Okay, that's in all the way. That comes up to here. I can see that it's lined up perfectly. By the way, I did check the neck, and everything seemed to be really good on this. I feed this through. Actually, before I feed that through, coming up to about here. And that should be perfect. Bend that up. Bring that around. guide today. And I just hold this, and I do have in the drawer somewhere a tuning winder. Also have an electric one. But I like to make sure there we go. I like these to be wound nice and snug, but I want them on the post nicely wound. I don't want all kinds of things all. Okay. Just making sure that this is all aligned properly, and it is. Now that that's on there, just to make it a little easier, we'll cut this, and I leave lots of room here. I will cut that down again shortly, so you can see that. Now, that's it. That's how we do this. And that's the solution we use. You've seen the Dunlop 65. By the way, none of these people sponsor me. I'm not sponsored by anybody, just in case anybody should be inquiring. And you use this on the fretboard, although I was asked just to leave it as it was. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting these strings on. And that will conclude what we do here for now. And I thank you. We will get back to doing the bracing on the acoustic guitar behind me very soon. But before we do either of these things, it's time for a little bit of English breakfast tea, because we can, right? It's snowing outside, and they're forecasting a whole bunch of snow, which is probably never going to happen. I mean, it's November. Santa Claus hasn't even arrived. Why would we have snow? Oh man, I should be living somewhere in Texas, California, Florida, the Bahamas, somewhere warm. I'm destined for that. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. But before you leave me, I want you to subscribe. And I'd like you to ring that bell, because that's the right thing to do. And you'll notice down below that there are some links. And also, I was asked to announce that there is some merch down there. I have a Tea with Monty mug coming. It's going to be here shortly, and I'll interchange it with this one and with the Tea with Monty when we have Tea with Monty. So if you haven't submitted some questions, why not? Please do, because I would like to have another Tea with Monty and answer your questions. You may have a question about this Tom Delong guitar from Epiphone, and I'll tell you, by the way, this thing weighs a small ton. This guy must have, whoever owned it must have big muscles, because it's a heavy guitar. Anyway, I digress. So hit those things, check it all out, look at the links, send me your questions, and we're good.